All right, howdy, welcome back to Windley Mania, the greatest podcast you never heard of, brought to you by the greatest band that you have never heard of, that band being Windley. You have to follow at Windley_band on all the socials to keep up with the world of Windley. Woo, that was a fast one, wasn't it, pal?
Oh, you blazed through that
I'm the best in the world, Andrew Reidner, and with me, as always, man's best friend, Devin Hopkins.
Devin Hopkins.
And we love each other so much.
Yes, we do.
Last Thanksgiving, we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Yeah, last Thanksgiving, we did it.
And this was our song.
And this was our song.
76 trombones leading a big parade. Yeah. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, how about that rock show we played last week? Remember that?
Yeah, 135 people. Sorry, my fault. My bad.
Yeah.
135 people.
135
Sorry,
people.
my fault, dude.
Sorry.
Didn't mean to get it that out of hand, but
yeah,
you know.
It's fucking crazy shit.
Yeah. It was fun.
That was a good time.
Lunchbox Hero was fucking great.
Lunchbox Hero ripped. They always rip. Newgrounds ripped.
Trey was... He's good.
Trey
I heard him hit rim, though.
Oh,
and I saw him he got frustrated, too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I saw it. He shook his head, and then he did another fill right after it, and he was like, all right, yeah, I'm back. I'm still that fucking man.
I'm still that fucking guy.
Yeah, he was awesome. And so, if you went to that show, thanks.
If you didn't, missed. Sorry. We're sorry that you didn't go.
Yeah.
We're sorry that you didn't go. But
so still worn out from it. I had a great day today though. I went to fucking New York Deli.
Oh yeah.
Got the O'Neill. The Paul O'Neill, I believe.
What's on the Paul O'Neill? Are they just named after like
sports
guys?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's a sandwich shop, but it's like New York Yankees themed. And so they have like, you know, all the sandwiches are named after, like, they got a Jeter, Roger Maris.
How much, like, do any have like steroids? Like, does the Jeter one have steroids on it?
There was a needle in my head.
There's the A-Rod.
I think there's Rodriguez. There's they added a judge a couple years ago. Obviously, it's solid though. It's a good replacement for Primo's, because like Primo's was like a daily thing almost. Actually,
our studio audience member Jen, I was talking to her about Primo's earlier because she just brought it up. She said, "Yeah, I did this when I worked at Primo's." Like, you worked at a Primo's?
Gee, we got to talk about that.
We got to talk about that.
I need some Primo's.
You're going to be on the Primo Hoagies episode.
I have so many points. I went last week in Mount Pleasant.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There's one in Wilmington.
It's really weird because it's like the one here we had like all the ladies, like, you know, what was her name?
Oh, it was Teresa. There was because her daughter was there. I forgot her daughter's name.
But it was like that crew.
They knew our names and everything. Yeah. Teresa always spelled my name a different way that was not correct. But I just let her do it.
Fucking you or something.
Yeah, every other vowel.
Yeah. But like the ones in like Mount Pleasant, and then what was the one we went to with?
Was it not Somerville? I guess it was Somerville.
Yeah,
or Simpson. Somerville.
And but it's like they're just like it's like young boys. These other ones, really weird difference. And it still tastes the same because it's like a chain. And they all get the same shit.
But I think ours was special because it really was just that whole family that worked there.
Yeah, and there was a little bit they would kiss it.
They kissed it. Yeah,
they'd put their lips on the bread before they would come to you.
Yeah, like I remember them training a new person, and like they almost sent out a sandwich without the kiss mark. They said, "No, you can't send it out like that. That's not the Primo way."
Mm-mm. But yeah, New York Deli, shout out, Dick Pond Road. They have like different, you know, I'm more of like a cold sub guy, but they have like solid melts too if you're into that. The Roger Maris, the Maris is the melt I get, but I usually get the Paul O'Neill.
Paul O'Neill,
who I believe was either a second baseman or a center fielder from like the early 2000, late 90s, early 2000s.
You ever had Groucho's?
I don't think so.
Groucho's kicks ass. I know they have one in Conway, but I had it for the first time a couple weeks ago because in Columbia, the new Brooklyn Tavern, there's a Groucho's right across the street, and I got a sandwich and it was incredible. It's like the kind that you dip in like the gunk I forgot which one I got.
French dip?
It's some sort of dip. Not a French dip. It's not au jus.
Oh.
It's like a
what
sauce.
gunk were you...
It's like some kind of sauce. Like, because Dagwood's does the same thing. Where you get the big sandwich and they give you like...
It's so out of the way from me.
They give you like a container of like this orange viscous sauce that tastes incredible. You have input on that, Daniel?
It's dill mayo.
It's dill
let's
mayo?
bring in our guest.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
our guest.
Local photographer legend and the mother of my children.
I've birthed so many children.
Daniel McDonald. Hey, Daniel.
We have a bunch of little ones running around the studio today.
Daniel McCracken McDonald.
We got
Daniel
lost
McCracken.
in the
or Daniel McCracken
sauce.
McMahon
Now, do you like
McDonald.
to call them subs, hoagies, grinders, or heroes?
They're
Depends
all
on-
different things.
Yeah.
Depends
Hero
on-
is
yeah.
a very specific thing.
What can you explain?
Well, it's more of a Greek
I
thing,
just kinda
and they
shove it in my
wrap
mouth,
it in
you know,
the
I don't really
pita
think
bread
about it.
instead of like a sandwich. And I think hoagies or grinders are like Chicago, right?
I don't know.
I can't remember exactly, but I know hoagies are on like a hoagie roll instead of like a sub roll, which is like different somehow. I'm not sure exactly how.
She's like, yep.
I just like hoagies.
Okay, yeah.
I just like hoagies.
I just like
man.
I just like a
No,
bunch of meat.
Groucho's slaps though. I fucking love Groucho's.
Hoagie.
Yeah.
Hoagie. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the one you want to is like the original Groucho's because
Is
they're
it
from
really?
Colombia. Yeah, originally. I'm pretty sure Groucho's is from Colombia.
I always thought it was just like a Conway, like local owned business, but I didn't know that there were other ones.
There's one in Charleston too.
Yeah, I
next to
saw
where I
a
went to college.
Groucho's sticker like somewhere. I was like, holy shit, that's in Conway. And then I was like, oh wait, maybe they have more.
It's very good. I almost got one that night, but I'd just eaten a bunch of barbecue. It's delicious.
Where'd you get barbecue from?
Home team. It's literally just down the road. They have one in Charleston too. It's pretty good.
Oh wait, yeah, I did drive by that place.
Yeah. It's great. How are you doing, Andrew?
Well, again, I was having a great day.
Yeah.
I
Eating
woke up.
sandwiches.
Yeah, no, we played the show last night, and I got home and fucking, was watching some TV. Then I went to sleep, and then I woke up at a later hour than usual because my cat magically decided. She usually comes in and screams at me at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But she decided not to do it. So I got to sleep in a little bit. Went to New York Deli, and then now I'm here. Nothing else. I did nothing else today.
Nothing else today.
No,
great.
Okay, no, that's not.
I did watch one movie today.
I watched
did
2
you?
movies today.
I watched Godzilla -1 color.
What?
Oh, I did watch 2 movies today. I lied.
Minus color.
Yeah, they re-released it, but they made it black and white.
Oh, the black and white one,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very
I've
good.
been wanting to see it. I haven't had a chance to.
I think it's like this weekend, and then it's done. So
I
you
have
might be
to
able to
go
catch it
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
So what we're here today. That's weird because obviously, why are we here today, folks? Is because a few months ago, loyal listeners may know that Daniel's first time on the show, he made us watch that horrible fucking movie Tiptoes.
Yeah.
And I'm a very spiteful, vengeful person.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, one day I'm gonna get this motherfucker back, dude,
Mm-hmm.
because that movie, I didn't like that. And then I had to talk about it. Now I've now, I don't know if I've really successfully, completed my revenge, because he got the assignment. He watched the assignment twice, from what I know, for some fucking reason. He's a madman. But now I'm like, I really did shoot myself in the fucking foot here, because now gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. I really should have, just not shown up today and let you two fucking deal with it.
yeah,
that would have been
just
the
let Devin
punishment.
and I
That'd been
talk
funny.
about it.
That would have been the punishment.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with it.
Do you want to go or?
I could.
Yeah.
I could. Well, I mean, we watched The Other Sister. That was the assignment.
Who?
The Other Sister, not that sister,
The Other
nor
Sister.
the
Hey,
other
sister.
one, but the other sister.
Yeah.
That's what I decided to
Yeah.
give you.
Well,
was,
originally the TV show is called Sister, 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 but they don't talk about the third one anymore. You never see that? as a
Oh, I
kid?
watched Sister Wives.
Sister Wives.
I love Sister Wives, man. I
watched
watched
them
the
all.
the
That sounds
special
polygamous.
recently.
There's a special.
Well,
recent-
yeah, because they had the wedding. Christine got remarried.
Oh, but she's still on the show.
Yeah, they're still on the show, and it's like so funny because like they're all like divorced from the main guy except for the fourth wife.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost like Megatron, like when Megatron's like fucking by himself, and he's like scheming for his next fucking big move.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like with Cody, because like
He's
in
scheming
that
for another
special,
wife.
and that's no, I guess he's done.
Yeah.
He tapped out, but fucking, he's out in the fucking woods with just his wife, and he's like, yeah, I'm happy for her, whatever. I'm happy for her that, hope this marriage works out. She gets to have that nice day. But I love that fucking show. But yeah, the other sister, 1999, directed by Frank Marshall, who also directed, it was Runaway Bride, Beaches.
Those were like the recommended ones.
Beaches, fucking that's the story of that. That's Bette Midler. You guys never seen that?
I hadn't seen that one.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
He also did the
That wasn't on
Princess
the docket.
Diary movies.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
those.
dude. And
That's why there were so many of the same cast members.
yeah, you notice that fucking, what's his name? Hector?
Yeah.
Hector, I forgot his last name.
Salamanca.
No, it wasn't
That's
But he's
Breaking
in it.
Bad, dude.
Yeah, I know.
that. But so I've kind of had like a long term sort of. This was like a movie that always just kind of came on in the house for some reason.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. There's like 10 or 15 movies that would always come on in the house, and they're like a very specific like kind of vibe from them. Like Beaches was one of them. The other Frank Marshall. This movie, fucking Steel Magnolias, Fried Green Tomatoes.
Fried green tomatoes.
Just
yeah.
like that, movies of that ilk. I don't,
Yeah.
and it's like a very specific sort of soapy
Yeah,
sort
soap
of
opera.
It's almost
drama.
like halfway between like a actual movie and like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
going to say
yeah.
like a Lifetime movie or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, like Lifetime, but it's like not quite Lifetime because they have a very specific look and feel, but it's like almost there.
Yeah. And I guess like a quick sort, if you're not familiar with the premise of The Other Sister, it's kind of rough.
It's a great movie.
The
I didn't
tagline
hate
is
it.
what's the tagline? It was like for the romantically challenged.
Yeah.
So we're
It's
dealing
offensive.
with Juliette Lewis plays a mentally challenged woman who falls in love with a mentally challenged boy, and that seems like
It's a classic love story.
the premise of it is I kind of get what they were trying to do as far as like. Have you guys ever watched like Love on the Spectrum?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
it's like these people are trying to find a connection when they haven't really had the opportunity, or they've had the struggle of like connecting with other people, and they want to find a love, and that's the movie.
Yeah.
But
one big difference.
the one big
the
difference
difference is
here
that
is
they're not, they're actors.
They're
well,
actors.
they're actors.
And they are not actually.
and they're actors, and it's the movie presents them as sort of like circus clowns or
Yes.
or vaudeville characters who are not disabled but incapable.
Yes.
And it's very and I wanted to have, and it's also very fucking long, 2
It's
hours
very
too
It
long.
is 2 hours long.
So and
that's the worst part of the movie.
that's kind of why this was sticking with me, and I was like, Daniel, for Tiptoes, this is what I have to do to you. So, and then you're like, yeah, I've seen worse.
Yeah, I'd have.
Honestly, this was better than Tiptoes.
This was better than.
I found myself enjoying this movie and kind of like rooting for our characters.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got lost in the fact that they weren't really disabled. They were good actors, I guess,
Diane Keaton, I
Yeah.
thought.
I
was-
started-
They were real Ben Stillers,
Yeah.
It's real simple jacks.
Yeah, real simple jacks.
That's the thing. So
Yeah, they were simple jacking it.
Juliette Lewis,
Simply jacking
They were
it.
simply jacking.
Juliette Lewis was also a few years prior to this. She was in this little movie called What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Where Leo
Leo
DiCaprio
DiCaprio
is simply jacking it.
Yeah, he's and my
on
theory.
and off the set.
My theory is that Leonardo DiCaprio was doing his thing on that movie. Juliette Lewis kind of was like looking at that like, I can fucking do that.
Yeah.
And with she was also Natural Born Killers after that, and that kind of like fucked with her career a little bit, and
Yeah.
her work was like really slowing down. So I think she had this fucking like, I can take this fucking that Leo thing.
Capitalize on it.
Yeah, fucking that
If it
ace in my
worked-
sleeve. I could fucking do that.
If it worked then, it'll work a second time.
Yeah. Tom Skerritt also in this. He was also in. He's like in so much shit. But Steel Magnolia, as I mentioned, Top Gun, but he was also in Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
For a few episodes, and he also played a disabled character.
Oh wow!
So full circle.
Full circle.
So
I'll say the thing that this movie has over Tiptoes is that the plot makes sense somewhat. There is a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a a goal for our main
and a through
character.
line.
Yes.
Even if some of the pieces don't fit, there's like you can logically get from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie.
Yeah, like the tone is kind of all over the place too. Because I was like, am I supposed to laugh at this or not? Because I was like, is this a comedy? Is this a drama? It's like, what is the director trying to get me to do
I think
right
it's supposed to
now?
be like a rom-com, but it's...
Yeah, sometimes I was like, this is kind of funny, but I don't think I should be laughing at it. But then it's like, okay, they're actors, they're acting.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not really laughing at, mentally challenged people. I'm laughing at actors acting.
Yeah.
but it's just, like I feel like the goal there for them, at least, they were like they had like these perfectly placed like punchlines.
Yeah.
Or like the scene later when Daniel finds out he failed his class, it's supposed to be this like ultimate like serious fucking moment, right?
And he's wearing a
dog costume.
They're wearing these fucking they're waddling around.
Yeah,
in
like
these
she's waddling up to like console him, and she's like flapping her feet because she's wearing the flippers because she's just like a goose.
Yeah, it just feels like it's like, I guess like at the end of the day, they're like, yes, anyone can succeed and find their someone in this life.
Yeah.
But also they were like, but also these people need to know their fucking place. Like that's like what it fucking felt like to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's strange. It feels like
Some of it was just kind of like uncomfortable.
yeah. One of my friends put it.
Wasn't as cringe, I don't think. I don't know. It was just
One of my friends put it this way that I made watch it today, and he said it feels like the analog for like doing blackface of a disability.
yeah,
Like the way that they were portraying the characters, because it was just like
just over the top.
just over the top and like cartoonishly. Yeah. I don't know. From the beginning of the movie too, because I don't know. It's so strange because the father comes into the place to get his daughter, right?
You were just gonna go into the plot.
Are we gonna?
Yeah, do you want to do the plot?
Are we doing the book report like we do?
Yeah,
I mean, we
guess
can.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
it was just at the beginning where the flashback is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So but it starts off and Juliette Lewis, her character, what's her fucking character's name?
Carla.
Carla Tate.
She's
Carla Tate.
she's at this school.
Carla Tate.
She's at this school, and it's it's not really a school though. It's just sort of like they shoved her off there
Yeah.
because they couldn't fucking deal with that.
It's like a developmental facility for
and then
challenged.
Tom Skerritt her dad goes, picks her up, and she's gonna come back home, and her fucking sister's also getting married. But yeah, there's the flashback like on the plane, like kind of like the origins of this family's problems. Yeah. Tom Skerritt was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But he's not like that bad of an alcoholic. He's not like violent or anything.
He's a functioning alcoholic.
He just drops his drink a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does. He's like, "Where's my drink?" And he giggles.
And there it is. And then he spills half of it. And he's like, "I need another."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Forget about the drink."
Yeah.
And Carla's just like not eating with a fork. And it's like,
Yeah.
hey, eat with a fucking fork.
Yeah, they're screaming.
And
at her.
that's
she
like,
fucking,
and they're like, what am I gonna do with this child who will not eat with a fork?
What am I going to do in this rich wasp neighborhood?
That's another thing
Yeah,
though. Like
they were
he's
well off.
He's like a dentist or something.
He's
Yeah.
like a
He's-
big-time dentist.
Yeah, he's a dentist
But
that
I guess he's
he
like
gives
the guy-
toothbrushes out for Halloween like a dick.
He did he invent dentistry or something? Because they live in this fucking like.
Well,
Yeah,
they'd say that like his
compound.
father built the country club they had the wedding at. So I'm assuming he came from money too.
Yeah.
And obviously I think she came from money. It felt very north, like even though they're in like San Francisco or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like
the house is like very northeastern.
it felt like
wasp.
the Gilmore Girls family.
Yeah, Gilmore Girls family. It was very interesting. Also, for being a dentist, his teeth were like almost
Yeah, it
gold.
doesn't help that like Tom Skerritt's playing a dentist, but also like he's like a heavy smoker.
Yeah, his teeth are like very obviously stained.
Yeah.
But it's also funny because they like in the in the flashback they try to paint him as this like alcoholic who couldn't like take responsibility for his daughter because he was drinking, sort of. But he's like by far the most sympathetic member of the family to Carla.
Yeah, he's trying because he got past his his problem, and he wants to be there for his daughter. He's definitely like the character trying the most and like being the most selfless.
Even the sisters, I was like surprised that they were pretty helpful too. They were like supportive.
Yeah, they were helpful
be.
to an extent. They also, but they also had their own needs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then Sarah Paulson, who was luminous in this movie, she had her relationship with what was her name, Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. Which was also, we'll get to that later.
There's a whole lot going. There really is a lot.
There's
going
a lot
on.
that they tried to stuff in, but they kind of a lot of it's half baked.
Yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, it's a lot of meandering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know,
it was almost like what else? What else can we put in here to make it stressful for the?
But there's still like a path.
Yeah,
like it's not like it's crazy. Like it's not 1 second you're, never mind. Sorry.
Well, they had a lot of gags.
Yeah, there's a lot of gags.
They wanted to fucking yuck it up with this. We got this character.
She was barking.
Yeah.
Was
that the only one who thought she was just going to squish the goldfish at the beginning?
I did. Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's definitely just going to. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, damn, that's not how I thought that was.
Also, in the flashback, they allude to her like almost burning the house down.
Yeah.
And Diane Keaton was like, it was not an accident. Like claiming that like her daughter is actually like an arsonist. Yeah.
That's why it was so
I mean, I almost burned the house down as a kid too. Like
I think we all tried to
most people have, yeah.
You got to like at least try some arson.
Yeah.
Arson once in a while.
Yeah.
But so
just to know your limits.
Johnny Arson over here.
Johnny Arson over here.
So Carla comes back to her home and she fucking they're having a gathering and immediately she's
later, Andrew.
What are you talking about?
She fucking.
Oh, sorry. My casual fucking, my fucking.
You casually fucking?
Yeah, But she gets home and she's like, yo, I want to go to school. Because what does she want to do? A veterinary assistant?
Veterinarian assistant.
Yeah, so, and her mom's immediately like, yeah, I don't know about that, pal.
Get a load of this one. Want to be a vet assistant.
She wants to get educated.
Get a load of this guy. Huh? That's basically what she says about her daughter.
Which is very funny. She wants to be a veterinary assistant, which never comes up again. So the first class she takes is
a computer class.
Yeah.
Well, you got
to put the receipts in there. You got to,
Yeah. So she kind of like what her mom.
She runs away.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, her mom is like trying to force her to do all these like very like
tennis,
like upper crust activities, like fucking tennis and whatever the dog show thing was.
She was like she donated money to help a dog shelter, so she was there for the ribbon ceremony or something.
And she just wanted to go bark at the dogs,
honestly,
which is honestly reasonable.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there's some normal people who would say
I would rather hang out with the dogs than the yuppies.
Than the yuppies, absolutely.
Let them fucking run. Yeah. Open the gate.
I guess
they're not hurting nobody.
Yeah, just go pet the dog, dude.
Yeah.
And then the other upper crust activities, which is getting your feet sexually harassed by a man at a
yes,
store.
the shoe store.
Yeah.
They
say that the toes are the windows to the soul. Or like what the
I've
Chinese
been to Hong Kong
people
like 3 times and they never told me that before. He was very creepily massaging
He's getting
this.
in there, yeah.
Yeah, he was. He wanted to get down with Carla, I think.
Well, yeah, he was rubbing her toes and telling her poems.
Yeah,
about how great.
And then he tried to give her some fucked up shoes too.
Oh, yeah,
they were like the Converse, like
the Converse, but like platforms, like 3-inch fucking sneaker heels.
She was like, "I like those."
Yeah,
and
those
mom's
are
like,
fun shows, Mom.
The mom's like, "No, you don't. You don't like those. You don't like anything."
No, she never says mom.
Mother.
Yeah. She says mother. Mother.
But these are fun shoes, Mother.
So,
Mother.
Sure.
Mother.
They should make an edit where it's cut that in every time.
Yeah, depending on how angry, then there's the mother.
This movie would have been better with Danzig in it.
Yeah, there's different levels of mother in that track that you can use.
Hell with me.
Yeah. So yeah, she fucking does try to run away, And she ends up running away back to where, how the fuck did 200 miles away?
200
Yeah,
miles.
she went to the police station and she put...
Police.
Huh?
Sorry. She went to the police
She went
station.
to the police station and put... she put the home as her address. So they got her...
She gave him a fake name, too, which is, like, fairly intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think the fake name was? Carl
Huge anus.
Tat.
Huge anus.
Okay.
Huge ass.
Yeah, they go pick her
Phil
up,
McCracken,
and
Mike Hogg.
her parents are there, and the fucking the doctor guy that what is he like the headmaster of this fucking place?
Yeah, I
the
don't know. And he was
headmaster?
a doctor and the headmaster. I guess, they got a heavy workload, I guess.
Yeah, they're like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, well, if you weren't such a bitch.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and the
Pretty
mom's in there like fidgeting with shit on the shelves.
touching
He's like, don't touch that.
And your daughter's the problem. Maybe she got it from somebody. Like,
Yeah.
don't touch those. Those are ancient Indian woodworking.
Those are Indian artifacts.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And then she slams it down. You can hear it audibly. I'm like, Jesus Christ, woman. Did he?
I actually kind of like. I feel like Diane Keaton. This movie cost way too much money for what it was.
I didn't see
It was
the-
like I think it was close to like $40 million.
Jesus
Did it make that
Christ.
back? It had like
No, it did not make that.
It had
back.
like a 7-star rating though, which was kind of shocking. It didn't have a
7-star on what?
7 out of 10 on IMDb, like 6.8 or something. It had like a 28% Rotten Tomato.
Yeah. It was like 2.8 on Letterboxd.
But I kind of like Diane Keaton in this because to me she just feel like. I feel like she's like, yeah, I understand what this character is, and then she's
She
like,
was right, a
but then
bitch.
she's also just kind of just doing what she wants in a sense. I don't know how to explain it per se, but that's just kind of the feeling I got from it.
Yeah. But the doctor's like, she wants to push the edge of the envelope, and she never gives up. Let her go to Polytechnic school to learn computing.
What is a polytechnic school? By
It's
the way?
kind of
Is
like
that
a
just-
trade school
Oh,
slash,
okay.
like, I don't know if you know what ATA is around here.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the Academy
Yeah,
for
technical-
Technology.
yeah.
'Cause I thought it was just like a technical college, but I was like, this feels almost like
Kinda.
a high school. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
it's like a community. It's like almost a community college, but it's like a thing where you can go to learn either like trades or more like,
like our academies. or
yeah,
something.
like our academies. So
So she ends up letting her go to the school to be a vet assistant, but she takes the one fucking computer class.
yeah,
Yeah.
And she's having like a rough time when she gets there, right?
Yeah, as
she's
soon as
already
she
a
gets
fucking
there.
getting bullied. Like as soon as she gets there, she gets harassed.
she didn't just get bullied; she gets sexually harassed
Yeah, okay.
by two men and pulls out pepper spray,
Yeah.
which none of the guys seem to be phased by at all.
Yeah,
They're probably
they didn't
immune
care.
to it. They're just
Yeah.
like
I've been pepper sprayed so many times before. What do you fucking want, honey?
Yeah, why did they talk like that if they were in San
They're,
Francisco?
they're like, hey, honey, hey, toots.
Hey, Toots, how
Hey,
you doing?
toots,
huh?
how you doing?
You think you can wander up in here? You think you can matriculate up to the next grade?
He's asleep. Yeah, and they do drop the R slur quite a few times in this movie.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
It's the 90s, but
yeah, 25 years ago.
yeah.
You know, they used to say that shit on the news.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
That used to be the politically correct
Term.
for it for that, but
True.
Yeah. So what is she? Oh, she goes to the registration, and I felt like this was kind of like a sly comment about some of these schools with the fucking,
All you have to do is pay.
Oh, all you gotta do is pay.
You just gotta pay. I was like, man, they're trying to throw a little bit of subtext in this bitch, huh? With how the education system's working out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she fucking registers and she meets Daniel
McMahon.
Daniel McDonald.
Daniel McDonald.
Daniel McDonald.
He was
She
taking
meets
pictures.
me.
He's like, first day of school, got to take some pictures. No, but yeah, he's just like fucking.
Smile.
This is what's this guy's name again? What's this? He was in Friends. I remember
Yeah.
he tries to get a hand job in Friends.
He was
He was
Phoebe's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm going to be honest. I didn't remember any of the names of the actors for this movie.
I looked him up 3 times and I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
It's probably still pulled
I know
up.
Diane Keaton, and that's about
It might still be pulled up. Let me see, because I had it looked up. It fucking is Giovanni Ribisi.
That's right.
He was in Avatar.
Whoa.
Yeah, he plays like the douchey like CEO guy, right?
He was also in My Name Is
Oh,
Earl.
he does.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
He was in My Name
I
Is
need
Earl.
my unobtainium.
I need
Yeah.
my,
And he's
what a
playing,
great
like-
name.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Because you think it's easy. You think this shit's easy to obtain?
you're dead wrong. Look at the name.
What if that was
Newsflash,
also
buddy.
the Daniel McMahon character?
Yeah, what if that's what he grows into?
Or that's their child.
Yeah.
And he becomes like, because it's something in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think his dad paid his rent in San Francisco for $500 a month?
He sends a check to Pandora. Yeah. So fucking Daniel is in there and he's immediately getting fucking bullied.
Yeah.
And
They lock eyes immediately.
yeah.
Lock eyes.
They kind of just like,
Well, not him, because he was sleeping standing up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was sleeping standing up with his headphones
Headphones
on,
in.
listening to marching bands.
yeah. So
And she helps him out.
and then what do they hang out right after, right?
No.
She finds him later, like outside or something.
Yeah, she goes home. Or something like that. I can't remember.
No,
There's something
this is when
happens-
she goes to the computer class.
Yeah, she goes to the computer class.
That weird scene.
Yeah,
with
and
the
There's a
then-
weird scene with the girl trying to flirt with the
There's
teacher.
another girl who is like pulling down her pants almost in the class, trying to ask the teacher to fuck her. Essentially,
Yeah.
Do you give private lessons?
Yeah.
He's like,
And then
he hesitated.
He hesitated. He was like, no. He was like, no. And then Carla goes home and is in her bedroom and imitates the girl and
Yeah.
does this really bad laugh. And then her dad comes in and she slaps her face like a cartoon.
Yeah,
because
she does
she's
like the
embarrassed.
Picard like face palm.
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
It's just very.
Yeah.
But what I don't even know what fuck. Let's just get to fucking when they hang out, right? Because that's
Yeah.
like more important. So
Yeah, they meet up at the school. He's
Yeah.
helping load a disabled kid onto the bus with another girl.
yeah.
And then he's like,
He's
I know the
infatuated.
best place to get a soda and food.
Yeah.
And he goes to he takes
The
her
bus
to
station.
the bus station.
Where's
Bus
the
station.
bar at?
The free stuff, which is
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
idea. They don't have that anymore.
I wish.
Not
Bro,
good.
bro, are you kidding me? The free stuff they had at that bar is
They
crazy.
had fucking chicken wings in there.
They
They
had
called them
chicken-
tids and bits.
Tids and bits.
Yeah, it was like
All
chicken
you
wings
can
and
eat-
hush puppies.
and
there was a
fucking
there was a
meatball.
guy over there like carving a steak, and he was like, how would you like this cooked?"
And it's had this like dive bar in a fucking bus station.
Yeah.
That was a happening spot to be.
And then the coolest character, who they probably should have made a movie about instead,
Black Widow.
the Black Widow, who is a billiards hustler.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be something, especially because they brought it up again later.
Yeah.
I'll just skip that. They brought it up again later when he was talking about money, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Is he about to start being a pool hustler?" I was like, I thought that was about to be a thing.
Just a pool
It's like he's really good at pool, like that's his gimmick, and it's like, holy
Yeah.
shit, that's the movie I would
Yeah.
have made, and like there would have been nothing else
And
at
he
the
just
end.
Well, it's just
turns
like Rain Man, where he's good at gambling.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
Can't really do
I guess that
Daniel
was
McMahon
before.
just turns into Uncle Phil
Yeah.
from Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Prince, yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Family Matters.
They only
Yeah, I literally almost said Family Matters. I was like, that is not right.
they created this whole character just so Daniel could say like, yeah, I like short hair,
Yeah.
because that was essentially
really
the
did.
concept. They
Yeah.
just brought her up.
Her hair is really long and pretty.
Yeah. But she was
And-
cool as fuck though,
Yeah.
with the fucking like
She
fingerless
had the
gloves.
and
Yeah.
she hit the one thing and it went.
Just shooting shit in.
yeah.
Yeah. So they fucking they hang out, and she's got to leave. And what happens after that? Because
First of all, he bullies a man sitting down.
Yes,
He stands above this man. He's like, I could sit next to you if there wasn't anybody here.
Yeah.
And they just stare at this poor guy.
Yeah.
And he's just like, all right, I'm getting fucking out of here because this is weird.
I'm gonna start doing that in like public.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could sit down.
I could
but-
sit
I could
down.
sit down,
I could
but
sit down there next to you. But
Normally it's empty.
if it was empty.
Yeah, normally it's empty.
Normally it's empty. And then he's like, yeah, I've been thrown off most of the buses here.
True. Oh yeah, he goes on the buses because he's obsessed with marching bands.
Yes.
And he wants to go watch the marching bands at different colleges.
I want to talk
And-
about marches.
Marches,
Marches.
because marching bands
marching
are
bands,
really
dude.
cool, according to Daniel McMahon in this movie.
He's obsessed with it. But
He's obsessed with
so he's a fucking baker, I guess. Although he would like, they go to the fucking bakery right later, and
That's later, yeah.
yeah, but he's like
He's putting
he makes
stuff in-
exactly one fucking cookie.
Yeah.
While they're there. Well, she is distracting him.
True.
Yeah.
But and then he works. I don't know what he does at the bank. What does he do? Like just like clean
He
shit.
throws marshmallows into the tubas.
Wait,
He
why?
talks about it. I don't know why. They don't explain it, but he says
They didn't
Is
explain.
that his job? I thought he just.
that's not his
cleaned the
job. I think
instruments.
he like cleans the instruments, but when he goes with the band, one of the things he does as like a bit, I guess,
Oh,
is
I
he
see.
throws the small marshmallows and tries to get them into the
the whole
bell. Yeah, and I think maybe it's like almost like a circus monkey thing that they're trying to allude to.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's an astute observation.
So, because he mentions that's why he throws marshmallows at the end of the movie is because
that's right. Honestly, I always thought that was because of the sweet potato pie.
No, that's why she put the marshmallows onto the sweet potato pie.
Well, I think that marshmallows just go on there usually, right?
Normally, yeah, but she mentions it specifically, I think, because he talks about it. Marshmallows are a weird through line throughout the movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, but
Should've brought some.
Yeah.
Her dad picks her up after the date, and it's like, he's kind of cute. And all I can think is, man, does her dad want to fuck Daniel? That would have been a plot twist.
Yeah.
And a half. Hey, I'm actually leaving your mother for this heavily disabled young man.
I mean, he's got his own place.
Yeah,
that his dad pays for.
What the fuck happens? So, like, at some point, fucking Carla, she's like, yeah, I want my own fucking apartment because all the kids at school have their own apartment, right?
Yeah.
And her mom's like, no.
And then her dad tells her to shut the hell up.
Yeah, they have a fight.
Fight.
He delivers one of my favorite lines in the whole film at that point where he screams like, it was the same family back then as it is now.
It's my family too.
It was the same family then as it was. 8 years. He details like
he
8 months.
the exact day.
8 years, like 10 months, 43 days, 8 hours,
no, he's
or
like
whatever.
He's like 8 months. 10 months, or 8 months,
8 years,
10 weeks,
yeah.
8 years, 10 months.
How long he's been sober?
11 days, however long he's been sober since they sent her away.
Yeah, she's like, you signed that paper just as well as I did.
They get a big fight about it.
But you were
at her
drunk,
birthday.
yeah.
And then like later, she's like, permission to come aboard. He's cleaning his boat.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, walk the plank. You just yelled at me.
But also, it's like weirdly interrupted by the maid who's like, dinner is ready.
Winnie.
Yeah.
Who,
dinner is ready.
She doesn't really have much to do.
She's just very
takes
very
pictures.
nice. She's very nice to Carla.
When Carla runs away, she's like, Carla ran away. That's like her only thing she fucking does.
Yeah.
She's just kind of there.
She was the one that Carla was.
She gives like knowing looks. Like, I guess like she's like the character that they have in the room to like, give that knowing look, like of improvement or judgment, But
I think Carly goes to his apartment after that.
Oh, did they go to the apartment? Oh, is that where fucking Ernie?
His apartment.
Yeah. Ernie is
Ernie is introduced.
What is he? The fucking landlord?
He's the landlord of that place, and he's a painter and an artist. But like they get
and a
there,
guitar player,
and she's talking about like music she likes, and Daniel's just not having any of it. Don't like the blues, and he's like, I like marching
Yeah,
band.
you heard of this one?
And then he starts walking around with a miniature conductor's
like a
baton. And Ernie comes in and is like, you got to stop playing it so loud.
Yeah.
And then after, Ernie's like the landlord, and then he's like, he talks to them for a little bit and leaves. And then Daniel immediately turns around and looks at Carla and goes, Ernie's killed people before.
Yeah. And they just drop that.
And he's like, he was in Vietnam. He doesn't like to talk about it, but he tells me about it.
Yeah.
He lives in the basement.
A strange, like, scene to picture in your mind is this Vietnam War vet telling a disabled person about the people he's killed.
Yeah, well, I guess that's just so, for later in the movie, Ernie has the tools to deal with traumatic experiences, I suppose, which I guess later they kind of show that. But
yes, of course.
And so, yeah, you guys got to help me the fuck out, man. I don't fucking know.
So after the apartment, he's like, you could get your own apartment.
Yeah, that's right. And then the fight, and then she ends up just getting her own apartment, essentially, after, like, there's, like, some random bullshit scenes. Like, she goes, like, and fucking gets, like, half
her face covered in makeup.
Yeah.
Because, she's trying to go, they want to go to the dance.
They just, like, shove some gags in there. Yeah.
Right. They want to go to the dance. And after the dance is when she officially gets her apartment because they're shopping around for it.
So.
But the dance is...
It sounds like we're jumping around, but this movie fucking kind of jumps around.
Yeah, it kind of jumps around. But the dance is, like, funny when they meet at the house because she's like, Mom, my boyfriend's coming to meet us.
And they don't know
that
her boyfriend is also
mentally disabled, and her mom's freaking out. But as soon as he gets there and she realizes that he is also mentally disabled, the biggest wave of relief comes over her in the movie.
She's like, yo, have fun.
Oh, have fun. Thank God my girl's boyfriend is also mentally disabled.
I think this is when Diane Keaton like lightens up a little bit, because they have the dinner and they're all wearing the necklaces that she made for the family before she came back to the house.
Yeah.
And so everyone comes in and like they're all wearing the necklaces, and I guess that was their way of saying like, you gotta let her do her thing.
Yeah.
You gotta lighten the fuck up. And she kind of does, and she's like letting her go to the dance, and then she teaches her some dance stuff.
She teaches her how to dance, and she was like, you gotta also teach me how to slow dance. So they start doing that. And Carla's like, but in the movies they dance close like this and like hugs her mom real close. And she's like, you know what? I think it's best when they put on a slow dance song, you and your date just go get a soda.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
she does
sound
say
nice?
That. Yep.
She's very protective.
Which is very harmful, to do to your child, because children have to learn,
But yeah, her boyfriend comes over and he's dressed like a dog. She's dressed like a swan because it was Halloween themed.
Yeah.
So he's dressed like a dog.
No, it was Halloween.
It was Halloween, and he comes in and he starts biting at the parents,
Barking at them.
He starts barking and like no, and like rah, 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 like he does that when he goes to the handshake.
He goes, "Don't worry, I'm house trained."
Yeah, that was awesome. That was great. That was
They got like the perfectly timed jokes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite perfectly timed joke was actually they were watching The Graduate. And, and she's like, do they live happily ever after? And he's like, I don't know. They never made a Graduate 2.
Yeah, that was good.
That's my favorite perfectly placed punchline.
And that's where he asks to be her boyfriend. That's what happens
right.
in between there and the dance.
Yeah.
And then after that's when she gets her apartment. And she goes to her apartment and her mom gives her a phone for children that have an automatic dial for the fire department, the hospital, and the police.
Yeah.
But it looks like
it
looks like the red It looks like the red phone from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
It looks like a toy phone.
Yeah. And for some reason they decided to keep 2 minutes of footage of her just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, and
She's
a car alarm goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, this is what your life looks. It's like, all right, she lives a boring life.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Oh, she's drinking a soda and she starts burping and she realizes she doesn't have to say excuse me, and she gets a giggle out of it. She's
and
like,
then she
that's
burps
funny.
again and keeps giggling.
Yeah, she keeps
That's
giggling.
it.
She's like, oh, I'm by myself. I don't have to
Really,
have my
just a
manners right
great
now.
use of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Great use of time.
Really could have shaved some from that runtime there.
This could have been an 80-minute movie.
Could have been an 80
Oh
minute
yeah,
movie.
and I think right before they get her apartment, they go to the park and her mom have the sex talk.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's screaming semen and shit.
Yeah, she's screaming semen in person. She's like, there's
50 million
in one. There's 50 million in one shot, Mom.
Yeah.
She's naming all the parts of the vagina out loud.
They're just like, what if we had the character say sort of
Sexual
things you
things.
wouldn't say out loud in public?
Yeah.
You know.
What if they did that? Really?
Yeah, and then what if they
let's make it funny.
And then what if they immediately ran off and almost fell in a lake with the ducks, and then started screaming "duckies" and clapping their hands really loud. Yeah.
Good shit.
Good shit. This is a really good, good showing of how, people who have mental disabilities can live on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Is make them out to be inept.
And I'm doing great.
Yeah. Yeah, are you, Devin? They should have cast you for this movie.
Oh, so at the dance, there's that cool paper mache skull.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, on the basketball
thing
Yeah.
that lowers down, which is pretty.
I guess
pretty
that
creative.
some of that 40 million went to something cool. I guess.
Yeah,
A paper mache skull on the basketball hoop. Oh, and for some reason at the dance they're like, yo, you can go look at your grades, and so they go look at their grades, and she's like, I fucking passed. And
So I passed a regular school with regular classes. Fuck yeah! Fuck everybody else. Everyone else can suck my dick.
yeah.
She goes looking hard, dude.
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
I can feel that. I can.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. And then he looks at his grades and he's
He
like,
failed, yeah.
yeah, he didn't.
But he only failed by a
pass.
little bit.
Yeah. And
By
she
a
reminds
smidge.
him that he only failed by a little bit.
By a
You
smidge.
only failed by a smidge. But I fucking passed.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
Let's get more punch.
and he's breaking down, and it's does he mention that Like, since he failed, like, his dad will not give him, like, the rent money anymore?
No, that's not till later.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
He just says that, like, he doesn't want to do another year or something like that.
He's like, no, he was like...
He doesn't. No, he wants to pass, not because he ages out of school.
Yeah.
He wants to pass on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he didn't
gets
want her
sad
to
about
think that he was dumb.
Yeah, and she's like, this is... mind you, they are...
I could never think that.
Yeah. This kind of, I guess, intense moment, like I think we alluded to earlier, they're in costume still. Like, he is dressed like a dog, and she is dressed like a swan. And, like, he says...
Yes, they're at a Halloween party.
They're at a Halloween party, and, like, this is like a, emotional, I guess, kind of moment. And he's like, I don't want you to see me right now. And he walks away. And she chases after him, and she's like flopping her feet because she's wearing the goddamn flippers because she's dressed like a goose. Like,
and then they start making out.
They start making out because
and he's holding his dog tail in his hand.
he
the
is.
Whole
He's
time.
holding his dog tail. It's like a Velcro tail you can remove,
Mm.
I guess, in case you step on it or whatever. I don't know how to wear a tail, but
I don't have one.
I got rid of mine.
What are you saying?
So, fuck what?
There's a band.
Who's practicing?
Is it
right now?
Nasra? Doesn't sound like Nasra.
Yeah, you missed hymns practice. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I don't know who that
That's
is.
a real possibility.
That rocks.
But,
Shout out to whoever's playing right now.
all right, so what happens? What happens?
Yeah,
fucking
sorry, folks. There's another band practicing a building over from us, and we're all curious as to who it could
I think
possibly
it's
be.
North Sarah. All right, so after debate of trying to figure out where the fuck we were in this godforsaken film,
They go to hang. They talk about.
they go to they're hanging out at the apartment. Carla and Daniel.
This is when
making
they're
out.
watching the
They're
movie.
fucking. They're sucking lip, and
And that's right. She goes, Daniel, my body feels weird.
Yeah,
I'm getting
He's
weird
like, mine
feelings.
feels
in my
kind of
body,
weird too. Yeah,
Yeah.
And,
then
I think we should be doing more than kissing.
yes,
fucking.
We
Dude.
should be fucking.
we should be
Yeah.
fucking.
We should be fucking
should be
Daniel.
Making love.
So how about you fucking get that fucking get that fucking fleshy squirrel out and fucking give me
Jam
the
my
business.
And
clan.
this is also at when he tells her, because they go back to have lunch at the Tids and Bits, and he's like, I'm gonna have to move away to Florida
Oh yeah, he just brings it up
because
like
my dad doesn't want to pay my rent anymore because I failed another class.
Yeah,
And she's like, goes home and is like, I want him to move in with me, and her mom says no
yeah.
because she thinks that he's in it for the money, and her dad is like, no. And then he looks at his mom and goes, but I don't think he wants her for his money. And then he's like, it's just an innocent crush. This is the first time she's ever felt love. Nothing's going to happen. And it immediately cuts to them looking at a book called The Joy of Sex and picking out the sexual positions they want
Yeah,
to try.
they're fucking in the manual. They're picking. They want to fuck, but Carla's like, we got to make it fucking extra special. We got to do it on a holiday.
Yeah, because they were about to fuck on the couch while they were watching the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're like, it's only fucking like November 14th, man. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing going
Yeah.
on.
But he's also, it's after the movie. It's like a couple of days after that, because he's like, because they talk about it before that, they're picking out positions they're okay with, and he's pacing around and is nervous, and he's like,
It's like the Karma Sutra,
Yeah.
right? Or what the fuck is this
The
book?
Joy of Sex.
2. It's a sequel.
Sequel.
Yeah, it was so
And
good
he's
they made
like,
another one.
okay, do you want to do it now? Because
He's like,
want,
yeah, I'm pretty ready.
he's like, I feel pretty special right
Yeah,
now.
I know. I pulled it up, looked it up.
Yeah,
I'm ready to do
yeah,
it.
ready.
I'm pretty rock hard right now.
Oh, that's also right. During the moment when they're making out on the couch during the movie and he turns it off, he talks about when he was sexually assaulted,
Oh, yeah.
essentially.
Jesus Christ. That's right. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, a bunch of older men paid a hooker to touch me and rub me and hug me, especially. And before time came to do it, I had already finished, so I didn't have sex, but...
He's like, yeah, no biggie.
No
They kinda
biggie.
just blew it
He was like, it's a guy thing.
It's a guy thing.
He literally said that.
says
It's a guy
It's
thing.
a guy thing. You wouldn't understand. Guys and girls are different.
Guys have a thing, dude.
Guys have a thing, dude. And he is just casually talking about how he got sexually assaulted.
I forgot what her response to that was.
Yeah, no.
Oh, she was like, did you love her?
Did you love her? That was it. And he's like, no.
No, he
I love
says,
you.
Said, "I thought
No,
I
he
did."
says yes,
I
but
thought I
not
did.
like the way I loved
Oh.
Yeah.
you. I love you more than cookies and marching band.
Yeah, that was it. Making cookies and marching band, yeah.
Yeah. And then they do their joy sex, and he's just like, you want to do it now?
He's like, yeah, I'm pretty torqued right now. Actually, look at these pictures. I'm ready to bone.
I'm ready to go. She's like, no, we have to wait till the next holiday because then it's more special.
And he's like, oh, come on. He's like, come the fuck on. I'm special.
He's like, oh yeah, he's like, I went to health services and got these condoms. These ones glow in the dark. Which is like a really demeaning thing to do to a character who's supposed to be mentally disabled. I'm sorry.
So it's Thanksgiving, and I don't know. Is there anything else significant happens on Thanksgiving? They just kind of like
they kind of blow through it, and
they kind of eat.
You can hear.
She's like, "I want to go home."
Yeah, you can hear her say, "Are we done yet?"
Yeah.
She's like ready.
Yeah, she's ready to
go back home.
So yeah, and then they fucking
and then she makes the maid make Danny a extra plate.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, my favorite part was the part you made." And then they do this weird song and dance where she hides on the other side of the wall and takes her clothes off, and then he takes his clothes off in the bedroom, and then they meet in the middle, and then they go into the bedroom. He comes back out to take a look at the book again, and then puts on marching band.
That was my favorite thing because he was like, she was like, should we put on music? And he's like, I know what I would do. And I was like, please put on marching band music.
Exactly.
I was like, please put on marching band music, and he like gets it, and like, fuck yeah.
Which I mean, honestly, fucking little bit of John Philip Sousa,
JPS,
yeah. Nothing like that. So
I was hoping for John Williams, actually.
Now, okay, well, he made like the Imperial March, the Raiders March, but we want the fucking classics,
Yeah, true.
They didn't name a horn after John Williams.
I want the Carolina fight song.
Sure, or
Seahawk fight song.
Seahawk tag.
Huh? Just the ESPN tag.
Tank. That's not a marching band song. Anyways.
Neck.
Yeah. Taps.
So they fuck. They fuck. And
they make love.
It's really weird because, again, this movie's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
They immediately cut to her.
No, I watched the director's cut, which is the Frank Marshall. It's the 30-minute cut, or the 3 hour and 40-minute cut. And so the rest of that fucking time added is just this long, very grotesque, vulgar scene where Daniel and Carla are celebrating their Thanksgiving fornication. So
yes, is it graphic?
Does he say like, "Here's the actual stuffing"?
So
when he comes.
I wonder what the stage
she's like, "You're going to be the cornucopia," and it's very long, and
carve that turkey.
Long.
It's
his dick's so big, you never had to learn nothing.
So
this is a new meaning of Thanksgiving stuffing.
Yeah. And it was, I vomited a little bit because I've seen stuff that probably no man should see. And I can't believe they captured it on film.
But you were already you were cranking it. So
you were cranking the hog.
You were using your vomit to help you jerk off.
As we said last night at the show, you were cranking it whole hog.
Per usual, as I also say.
Whole hog's all I got.
Yeah. I only got the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes it's just
I don't
ribs.
have some of it.
Yeah. So what the fuck happens next? It's Christmas time.
And it immediately cuts. They close in on the goldfish while they're playing band music as they fuck, and then it immediately cuts to her face smiling and like looking off in the distance. And her maid looks at her and goes, "I can tell something different about you."
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it cuts to the next day at the house.
Yeah, the next day at the house, and she's like, "That's the look that someone makes when they're in love," and it's.
Yeah, then the mom comes in and says the same thing, and then nothing happens.
And then nothing happens.
So they do go to a Christmas party, right? And what's the fucking party for? It's just sort of like they're at this...
something at the country club.
Yeah, it's a big shindig.
It's an engagement. It's like a wedding, like pre-wedding party.
It's an engagement / Christmas party.
Yeah, because they like...
it's a Christmas party at the country club, but they're also taking all their daughters because one of the daughters is engaged. But before that is the scene where Daniel gets drunk because his dad won't pay his rent anymore.
Oh, yeah.
We have to talk about that one.
And Daniel gets drunk and is in the street with his bike and is sloshing this wine around. And a couple passes him and he looks at him and goes, "I know what you two are doing later tonight."
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was fucking awesome, dude. Hey, I know what you two are doing later tonight.
And what is he screaming? Like,
he says like, "Thank you, San Francisco."
Yeah, he's like,
"Thank you, San Francisco," but he says it like a band person, but he is screaming something else.
He is screaming something over.
Oh, if you're happy and you know.
Yeah,
if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. over and over again, and then Ernie
Yelling
comes and collects him.
Yeah.
He parks his bike at someone else's house.
Yeah, she's like,
he's
"Get
like,
the-
this is my bike rack. And she's like, get the fuck off my house or something like that.
Get that bike off my porch. And Ernie comes and collects him and takes him down to the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's got like his.
He's gonna
his
fucking
hangout.
grapes of wrath him down there.
Yeah.
Just fucking end it. Just like, all right, Daniel, you've had enough life.
He's got like
had enough
his hangout where he does his art, and he's got like a little
Yeah.
mini bar down
And
there.
he tells him about why people drink, to feel happy, to drown the sadness, for courage. And Daniel's like, I want to be courageous. He's like, only cowards drink to be courageous.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta stop.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm so angry. And he's like, I
He's
can
about to
understand
throw
that.
it, yeah.
He tries to throw the bottle.
Yeah. And Ernie's like, he just hugs him.
Yeah,
And
he's
just
like, you know what I do
pitiful.
when I get sad? I call a friend.
I fucking crank my hog.
yeah, I crank my hog.
You know?
He like
See these paintings?
Yeah, that's me.
my cum.
That's my,
My
cum.
cum changes colors
That's
depending on my
fucking
mood.
spunk.
That's my
I
spunk.
shove one of those food color, the dippers. I shove that into my urethra. And I
then
squirt
I
a little
jerk
bit.
it
Then
off.
I spunk all over some
Yeah.
canvas, and it makes me happy.
He's got like a custom
I
sounding.
make a fucking
he's got a
butterfly
custom
and all
sounding
that.
rod.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds
know
great
that?
to me.
Yeah, we'll still do our sounding episode one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's episode 100.
Yeah, episode
Are you
100.
gonna, so is that episode in which you do it while you're sounding, or are you going to talk about sounding?
We'll use your experience, and you'll talk about it. Then I'll try it the first time
Uh-huh.
on here.
We get to watch you.
Yeah,
Nice.
So,
Sounds good.
Everybody look up what sounding is.
yeah. So it's a fucking. They go to the Christmas party now, and everything's cool, and fucking Daniel gets up on the stage.
Not me.
Oh
the
yeah,
character.
he's like he's talking to Carla. He's like, your family makes. They're dancing. He's like, your family makes me nervous, and she's like, don't worry, they make me nervous too. And
You
he's
just
like,
have to be brave
You just have
and
to
you
be
can
brave. And then the light bulb goes off. He's like, brave. And then he goes to the bar, and I guess he asked for the strongest thing.
The
And I-
bartender gives him like fucking absinthe.
Yeah, essentially he's like, it's 150 proof.
He's
It'll
like,
make it pretty
it'll
brave.
make you pretty
And he
brave.
pours him a wine
It's
glass.
also green.
Yeah, he pours him a wine glass of it, and he says, Merry Christmas. He's like, yes, it is. And then he drinks it, and he goes back for
Another one. He's like, yes, still is a Merry
Still
Christmas.
is.
And then he gets up on stage and tells everybody at the party that he and Carla fucked.
Yeah, he takes the mic from the other dude. I forgot the other guy's name. The dude that
Scott.
Yeah. The dude that the other
don't know.
the other sister.
Yeah, the one sister's
Carolyn
getting married.
and
Yeah.
Carolyn's the sister that's getting married, and I can't remember the other sister.
Sarah
Yeah.
Paulson.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember her character's name.
I don't know, just Sarah
Margaret.
Paulson.
I don't fucking know.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Oh, that's another thing we forgot to mention. There's this other subplot that they start weaving
Yeah,
in.
we talked about it a little bit, but yeah,
We
she's
touched on it.
that her
Sarah
sister is
Paulson's
gay.
lesbian subplot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she seems to really keep bringing it up at weird moments.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
Oh yeah, remember I'm
Mom,
gay?
you don't accept that I'm
I feel
gay.
like they had like the whole like plot like on like a fucking wall, and it was just like in sequential order, and then they just threw fucking dartboards.
Yeah, dark.
And they were like, all right, Sarah Paulson here, there, and just
She's
like
gay.
whenever.
Yeah, because there was one scene where she's like, "Oh, I need makeup." Where Carla's like, "I need makeup for the thing," and she's like, "Just go to the mall and do it." And she's like in bed with a woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of like, "Hey, here it is."
Yeah, and then right before the Christmas party, she like is like, "Mom, you just won't accept that I'm gay," but like nobody else is talking about that, and she just kind of brings it up out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, I could do Chili's tonight, Mom. You don't accept that I'm gay?
Yeah, it's such a. And her mom's like, I give to gay, which is like a fucking bullshit answer, but I
is.
give to like the gay communities and parades and stuff like that. She's like, well, if you can do that, then why can't you just accept that I'm gay? And then she's like, because I'm not their mother. And I was like, then it should be easier for you to do it since I'm your. Anyway, I mean, the mothers, they kind of just doing it to paint the mother as kind of an asshole again.
Which they do a great job of.
Which they do a great job of, because the mom is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Daniel does his little outburst and says, I've been fucking Carla, essentially.
You see that girl right there?
I fucked
That's
her.
my bitch.
Yeah.
I fucked her. And then everybody starts laughing, and one thing that Carla doesn't like is when
She
people
doesn't like it when
laugh
people
at her.
laugh at her. Yeah.
So she has a tantrum.
So they have a big fight outside, but it feels like a live leak video.
Oh my god, it does. It's like World Star.
It feels like someone should be saying World Star outside of it.
yeah, they're fucking fighting.
Because
Yeah,
it's like a shaky hand cam.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Like the guy filming was
Yeah.
nervous. But like, yeah, she doesn't like when people say
But it's not like a fight you would see in a movie either. They're just like screaming and melting down
Yeah.
in a non-actor way.
And I couldn't. That was one of the parts I was like, should I be laughing at this or not? Because like it's kind of funny.
This is it's kind of funny, but
it kind of had that like buttercream gang. fucking
Yeah.
intro.
it's kind of
because I hate myself.
Yeah.
it's kind of funny, but it's like really uncomfortable because
Yeah.
this is like them trying to portray like a person who is mentally disabled having a meltdown, and it's like
Which is not a funny thing.
which
Because I've
is
seen
not
it
a
happen.
funny thing at all.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. It is not funny. But like, yeah, she doesn't like it when people laugh at her, and he doesn't like it when he's called stupid. Or dumb. She calls him stupid.
Because he embarrassed
Yeah,
her.
and he fucking blows up.
Lose it.
And they both.
He does
He
the
pulls
rain.
out his fucking Beretta.
Yeah, so
and
I
then he
pulled out my
kills her
Beretta.
immediately.
Yeah.
He avenges his honor. He does the Rain Man thing.
Good, how are you, man?
Podcast.
Chad and Taylor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. We're doing a podcast.
Alright, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Is that Jason? Was that Jason?
Jesus Christ, it scared the shit out
Who
of me.
was that?
That was Eric.
That was Eric. I was like, that sounds
The
like
fucking running, dude.
that sounds like Jason, but kind of drunk.
Hey, he just kind of like he's very excited about life, you know.
Yeah, which is good for him.
I saw Chad.
Yeah, Chad.
I like he's just always, you know what I'm saying? It's like, of course.
Just in case you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but he wants to make sure.
He wants to make sure, which is very. That's very. I'm very.
It's very funny. You're just like we're doing a
Someone
we're
is
doing
smoking.
a podcast.
Someone is smoking like 40 cigarettes at the same time out there.
It just got it. It just got
Holy
to me.
shit, Jesus
I
Christ.
don't
It
smell
just
it
got
all.
to me.
Thank God.
Oh my god! It's like it's in here.
I hate cigarettes.
But fucking yeah. So they're it's kind of I guess they're calling it off, right? The fucking
Yeah,
relationship. man.
she says, "I never want to see you again,"
Yeah.
and so he
Oh,
gets.
it just got to me. Fucking
Yeah, it's pretty hard, right?
Jesus Christ!
Like 17
How
lucky
did that
strikes.
happen?
So geez.
They call off the relationship.
Now I want one.
Yeah.
I don't. I hate cigarettes. Anyways,
What happens next, man?
they call it this. They call it the thing. She's crying with her family. He gets on a train.
That's right. He has to move to Florida with his mom. His dad's like, yeah, I'm not going to pay for your shit.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
time for your it's time for your mom to
pay.
start paying.
Yeah.
And she's doing like the pre-wedding stuff with her sisters, where she's making her sister do dolphin noises. And she also says, "I don't want to play the game where it's pin the penis on the naked man."
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Which I
they
guess
do a little bachelorette party.
Did they not have any friends? Like, there's
It doesn't
400
look
people
like
at their
it.
wedding,
Yeah.
but like,
You know,
neither of the sisters have friends.
I mean,
Yeah.
one of the sisters must have friends because she has 6 other bridesmaids besides her
Yeah, but they don't
sister.
want-
I assumed it was a separate like bridesmaid party
Yeah,
for Carla,
for just the sister,
for Carla to
be
join.
involved.
oh, she wasn't allowed.
Yeah,
The other one? What the
I don't
fuck?
know. Maybe maybe they don't want to take Carla to strip club or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what women do for bachelorette parties. I figured they made dolphin noises and played pin
the penis
on the naked guy. Yeah, see?
Yeah, Sarah Paulson does a dolphin noise. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to keep doing this. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
And she's like,
there's only so many times you can do a dolphin noise before you're kind of like, I'm over this.
and she's like, I miss Daniel. And they're like, no,
don't-
just have fun
No,
tonight.
you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
You're,
Nah, you're so hot. Don't kill yourself.
haha, you're so hot.
And it's fucking Daniel is on the train. I guess he's gonna leave.
Again,
right?
not me, the character.
Yeah, Daniel on the train, and
Daniel,
he's talking to like some
my
guy
He's talking at this guy.
about The Graduate,
yeah.
and the
It's
guy's
kind of
never
like a
seen The Graduate.
knockoff Elton John song. Daniel, my brother.
But
Except he's on a train and not a plane,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's not blind. He's mentally challenged.
Thank you.
it's a Weird Al's like.
The Weird Al's version of
Yeah.
an Elton John song.
Yeah. So and then he's like he like processes The Graduate, and he's like, yeah. Then Dustin Hoffman shows up at the wedding at the end, and fucking
Yeah.
either live happily ever. And then he was like,
He's
I'm
like,
gonna
"Wait
do
a
the
minute."
same thing Dustin Hoffman did, and then he has to hitchhike back.
Because he leaves his ticket on the train.
Yeah.
Which I guess you can exchange
Get back-
tickets.
yeah, I don't
if you
fucking
like
know.
fuck up and decide you don't want to go anymore, you can just exchange your ticket.
Yeah.
And the guy's like in the window, like holding it up, and then the train's going. He's like, what the fuck ever.
I've never been on a train like that.
Neither have I.
I've only done like.
But
the
that movie
subways.
happens really fast. It's just like they have a fight. He gets on a train, and then he's at the wedding.
I thought he was
wed-
going to have more conflict on his journey home.
Yeah.
That was going to have to be resolved.
No, he just sort of makes it, and they think he's a homeless man.
Yeah.
And he throws marshmallows from the organ rafters and interrupts the wedding, which everyone seems to take fairly
Yeah,
Everyone
everyone
was
was
okay
pretty
with
cool
it.
about it,
I
yeah.
guess they
Especially
learned their lesson from the
We're not gonna give him the fucking way of
last
these
time.
The
two.
mom
Jesus
is the
Christ.
one who's like kind of the most perturbed about it, but like the sister who's getting married has the most right to be upset.
Yeah, she kind of has like a breakdown at the rehearsal, but during the fucking actual real thing, she's
Yeah.
like,
So yeah, this is what they do
Whatever.
now. This is their
She's
gimmick.
like, cool,
Yeah.
sweet. I guess that's cool.
She's like, Mom, can you just like say something?
Nothing?
That's what she
Yeah.
does. She's like, yeah, can you like just
take that's-
say something?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, she's the person who has the most right to be upset that her wedding was derailed
Interrupted.
and a
Yeah.
proposal happened in the middle of her wedding.
Yeah.
Which is not cool.
Stealing thunder.
Stealing thunder,
so.
catching lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I got that.
And then fucking what at the reception, Carla. Oh yeah, well during that whole fucking exchange, you know, he's throwing the marshmallows and he climbs down and does this very insane scream when he falls to the floor. And
I also say,
he's
one of
like,
the-
Carla Tate, will you marry me?
Yeah.
And you know,
She's like, yes.
She's like, yeah. And then at the reception, Carla's like, yo, Mom, I'm getting fucking married no matter what. You don't have to fucking be there.
You don't have to plan it.
You don't have to do shit. But
Well,
I'm
they
doing
have
this.
they have like a little argument. And
Yeah,
can I also say
it was like the climax of the movie because it was the first time
Yeah.
Carla
Expressed her-
well, she stood up to her mother several times, but this
Yeah.
is the first time where it was like,
finale?
yeah,
She let it all out.
Finality. Yeah.
yeah.
Can I also say one of the whitest weddings I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you know, Diane
It's a
Keaton.
nice day for it.
Yeah, it was a nice day. It was beautiful outside.
My favorite part though was, I guess my favorite part of the whole movie is, Diane Keaton and Carla are fucking yelling at each other, and then they take the fucking argument outside.
Yeah.
And on the way outside, they like knock into this old man, and this fucking old man just biffs it into the fucking clock.
Into the clock. I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not, but they were like, "Are you okay?" He's like, he just kind of shrugged, like, "Ah."
He just had like a stroke or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite part of the whole 2-hour movie, by the way.
Yeah, they
has
go
a-
out and onto the golf course.
Yeah,
and
the concourse.
She's chasing him. She's chasing Carla in the golf cart.
Yeah.
and she's
Cuts
running
her
through
off.
the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go to the.
Carla's like, I hate this wedding that you made.
Yeah, this
I
is
hate
a
these
stupid wedding.
hats. I hate the whole all your centerpieces.
Love the
But,
dress.
the dress.
Love the dress.
I love the dress. The dress is really pretty. Actually,
I'm keeping the dress.
I'm keeping the
bitch.
dress. Bitch.
And then she says the very famous, I don't need you, mother.
But she
I
also
don't need
says
you,
the very-
mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could take care of each other.
Yeah, she's like, he's not gonna take care of you. And she's like, we can take care of each other. Very powerful.
And then she runs off into the sprinklers again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm going home. Fuck you.
Fuck
Yep.
you. See you
I'm
later, mom.
going home.
See you at dinner, mom.
And then
Yeah.
they're getting married that fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, and they sent
Yeah.
out the invitations, and they were like it was like a little puppy on the card. I liked it.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say yes to any wedding that I got on that kind of
Handwritten
invitation.
on a puppy, yeah.
Handwritten on a puppy
And she
card.
invites the sister's gay lover.
Yeah, she
Michelle.
does.
Michelle.
Yeah. She's like, thank you for inviting Michelle.
Thank you for including Michelle.
Yeah.
And what was it like? Yeah, they figured it all out themselves. He reserved a spot between a wedding and a funeral
Yeah.
to get their wedding.
It's pretty
in.
sad that like no one was there though, you know?
I mean, they didn't really seem to care.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Doesn't
had
matter. Doesn't
Ernie.
matter who's there. Just matters that they got it. They made
They
it
had
happen.
Ernie
true.
play the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The landlord,
He played. What the fuck was the song?
At last.
At last. Yeah.
At last.
And there's a bunch of fucking shenanigans at the wedding. They because you know they
They don't know what to do. They didn't rehearse it. They didn't rehearse the wedding.
They didn't rehearse it, so
Yeah,
you know,
they're like, they get up there and he
kinda
starts
fumbling
to
around.
he
and-
starts to say his vows, and they're like, no, we're gonna say our own vows, and then you can say your own vows. We'll still pay you if you don't want to say your own vows.
And they do the organ, but it's on a tape player,
Yeah,
and they do it like a little gag, like, oh, can you turn that off?
Yeah.
but they also have another moment where they're trying to make the mom seem like an asshole, where the dad's like, I'm gonna make sure I walk my daughter down the aisle.
Oh yeah, she refused. She's like
She
refusing
didn't
to
go.
go.
Yeah, refusing to go. He's like, I'm gonna make sure I walk my daughter down the aisle. I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
And she's like, "You better go. You're gonna be late."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck you." and he's there. He's the supportive dad.
And she shows up after the wedding.
Yep. And they hug it out.
Yeah. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, welcome. He gets a welcome to the family, and he hugs her. He's like, "Thanks, Mom."
Yeah. And then they get into the Mustang, Ernie's Mustang.
Ernie's Mustang, yeah.
And then he's like, "Everybody, wait!"
He's like, "Wait a minute."
Wait.
And then the marching band comes over the hill, and they have this
Walking Wally.
Yeah, and they have this movie moment where all the general public looks around and looks at a marching band and starts clapping.
Yeah, there's the sewer guy
The
that pops
sewer
his
guy
head
pops
out. He's
out,
like,
"Wow,
"What?"
marching band. I've never seen a marching band in real life and be like, "Oh man, wow."
I've been in a marching band in real life, and I've seen people just kind of like look and then just go, "All right."
Maybe it was different in the 90s, but like the general public was very pleased.
Yeah. I guess it depends on where you are.
San Francisco
San
apparently
Francisco, they
loves
love marching
marching
bands.
bands.
They didn't like it on Dunbar Street when we did the Martin Luther King parade.
I remember that. That was fucking awful, dude.
Oh my god.
When the fucking, what was it, Dunbar, and then
Oh my
fucking
God.
Was it Carver?
We went through Carver Street. We went through the fucking hood for Martin Luther King Day.
Why?
I don't know.
Ask Mr. Morris.
Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
We went. It was like down
remember Mr. Morris.
some of the boulevard, across 17 through the hood, and then I don't
didn't
know.
realize that Mr. Morris was still there when you went the.
He was there through all my
For
middle school
listeners
years.
there, I was at the Myrtle Beach High School a few years before death.
Well, yeah, he was there my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade year, and then he bailed. And there's some stuff that happened with that I won't say on the air. I might have already said it, but
You can
know,
tell me after.
I'll tell you after.
I wasn't in band, so I don't. I just remember him being there.
Yeah. But that's the end of the movie.
That's
Yeah.
the movie.
Pretty much.
Finally.
Movie.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I didn't hate it though. I did not hate the movie.
It, no.
But
I
you
was
still
like,
had to watch it.
I was watching it and I was like, this is not.
I don't know
I'm
if
gonna-
it made me laugh as hard as Tiptoes, but it was a more
It was
cohesive experience.
It was an easier watch, and
Yeah.
I had gone in with like expectations, like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to watch another Tiptoes, and I
No.
didn't. I was
No,
like,
it
this
was
is a
not a
little,
Tiptoes.
this is a little easier. It's still some cringe, and there's some parts that make you uncomfortable, and you're like not sure to laugh, but it's like this is actually a kind of loving story if you forget that they're not actually mentally disabled.
If they're doing disabled blackface.
If they're not doing disabled blackface, yeah. If it was like a Love on the Spectrum episode, I'd be, crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be crying my eyeballs out.
Which season 2 was not as good as season 1, but the end of season 2 was like,
Tearjerker?
I was like, man. Man.
No,
But yeah.
man. What a great movie.
So is this your favorite Diane Keaton movie?
Probably not.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Better than the first two, or I guess, the Godfather trilogy. Better than Annie Hall.
Well, here's the thing. When you say favorite Diane Keaton movie, it's my favorite Diane Keaton performance.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not really, no. No.
And Frank Marshall.
What a genius.
He also wrote it with Bob Brunner. I think there was a bunch of writers on this, actually. Kind of like passed around. But
I'm just curious. What do you think? Do you think they had coaches for the actors who were mentally disabled?
probably not. I think they just went for it.
Do you think they just went for it? Do you think that they studied?
They watched like one.
Maybe they probably
They
studied.
watched
sat
one
in on,
video,
a
they're like,
special
I got
ed
it.
class or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine being that special ed class. Like, yeah, we've got a visitor here today, and they're just,
a
they're just
fucking
here.
actor.
It's an actor, and they're just like taking notes.
Notes.
Like, okay, don't use fork.
Yeah, don't
And
use
they're, like
fork.
scribbling on a little.
And they're like
notepad.
asking you questions like, if I were to, I don't know, upset you, how would you react?
and then they start hollering.
Yeah, hollering. That's real Southern right there. Real
Hollering.
hollering. We're getting a hollering down now.
Yeah. Deeper than a holler. So I feel kind of disappointed just because,
You wanted to get me back.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I've always just was like, this movie fucking sucks. So
I remember
was
you
like,
showing me clips of that, like we were in middle school. Like, hey, check this movie out.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, but
I just want to. Who was it made for? Like they made like who do they
That's
have
the same
in mind?
question we had for Tiptoes.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
who was this for?
Who was this for?
Like,
Is
why
the-
was this made? Like, who is this for? Like, it's. I don't know.
I feel like they were, because I feel like the 90s had a lot of, like, sort of, like, was a big era for rom-coms in general.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the 90s is when Romeo and Juliet came out, the Leo DiCaprio one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but like a lot of romantic movies kind of in that vein were coming out at that time. I feel like they're trying to capitalize on the market, but they're like, what
gotta
can
do
we
different ones.
What can we do different that's
Yeah.
a different niche that can separate us?
And there's always one guy's like, I got an idea.
I got an
There's a
idea.
guy, he does a rail of coke. He's like, I got an idea.
I got an idea. Hey guys,
Get a load of this. Okay, maybe. All right,
they're
hear me out.
disabled. Listen here, they're disabled.
They got a screw loose.
They've got a screw loose, all right, and they want to fuck. Okay. What if
And then they're like, you son of a bitch.
you son of a bitch?
I'm in.
Genius. Here's $40 million.
$40 million. Go make it
Here's
happen.
$40 million.
Go round them
Fucking
up.
Christ. And half of that went to Diane Keaton. Probably not, but
Or maybe filming in San Francisco, which did not seem
Rent.
did not seem to be necessary for the film. I don't think.
well,
other
I don't
than-
think
on
San Francisco was as
Yeah.
expensive to live in back then.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a more recent modern problem.
they could have filmed it in like Dover, Delaware, and it would have been the same movie.
But they filmed it where there were hills, so I'm assuming they were up in the hills a bit. Because like where he was living was like up above the city a little bit.
Yeah.
So it had a nice view.
It's true. For $500 a month, like
That's kind of crazy, dog.
can't get that nowadays.
Bro, you can't even live in Myrtle Beach for $500 a month, but like
Exactly.
even if you have roommates sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe in like a one bedroom if you share a bed with somebody. I don't know. Anybody looking? No, I'm just kidding.
So, I guess that's it for the other.
What's your
sister.
rating out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah,
I guess 2.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Maybe a 4. 2, 3, and 4.
4. Wow.
I don't know. I
You're feeling
enjoyed
generous.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
None of the
It is all over the place.
none of the performances are particularly spectacular.
I mean, if we're
It's all
ranking,
over-
if we were doing it out of like a 5, it'd be like a 1.
it's a 1 out of 5 for sure.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
There's nothing technically interesting going on.
Yeah, no. Kind of offensive.
Going home and giving it a 5 stars on my letterbox.
I can't wait to write a 3-page review.
A 3-page feast. People give it a fucking like.
actually just gonna wait
people
till
pour
the-
their heart out on that.
Yeah, it's
actually
interesting. Like it's either like a fucking like 3-word joke review
Yeah.
or it's a fucking like
Novel.
I left a review. I forgot what movie it was, but I left a review just a 1 sentence thing, like saying, I jumped in like halfway, I didn't quite get it, so I gave it 2.5. And someone like was like, "Bro, that is a lukewarm diarrhea take. Watch it again." I'm like, dude, it's
No.
a fucking app. Get a fucking
Shoot,
life
life.
if you think that my review is worth a goddamn.
Yeah, my review for this movie is just going to be once this podcast comes out, I'm going to link it. I'm just
Yeah.
going to leave a review that links this podcast, and then people can make up their own minds.
I found a thread about the Buttercream Gang, and I wanted to like find the episode and link it to it because it was like kind of a fresh thread because like
Yeah.
it was on r/Mormons and it said, "Where are all my feature films for families kids at?" Because me and Jen were talking about it because I forgot which one did you say you recognized. I don't remember, but you said you recognized one of them, and so I was like looking up the whole list.
There was what was Brother Future.
Brother Future.
There was what was Stinky Tub or something. There was,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, it was the.
We gotta do brother. We're never doing Brother Future.
We got to do Buttercream too.
Buttercream 2 for sure. We're never doing Brother Future.
We don't need to do Brother
like
Future.
it was already pretty risky doing the other sister today.
Yeah.
Have you done any
Look
Neil
up
Breen
Brother Future.
films?
Neil Breen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Neil Breen.
I love
I
Neil
also
Breen.
love Neil Breen. I feel like Neil Breen is a little too covered on the internet. So
I also
like, you know.
I appreciate Neil Breen. I love what
Yeah.
he
He's
just kinda
does.
doing what he
He's
wants.
Just a guy that wants to make movies. He's a guy with a lot of money that wants to make movies.
And he makes movies.
And he does it, and he doesn't do a terrible job at it. He's not.
well, hold on. Pump the brakes there, pal. These
I'm
fucking
thoroughly
things.
entertained
I mean,
by
sure, I'm
Double
entertained,
Down.
but goddamn, those things fucking.
But
stink.
yeah, but there's so many worse things you can be by
Yeah.
movies. Like
Yeah.
bored. Like if any
True.
like
That
that's
is
the
true.
worst
I like
thing you
Fateful
can be is-
Findings more than I
Yeah.
like Tiptoes, and Tiptoes is a multi-million-dollar Hollywood production.
Exactly.
Fateful Findings is a labor of love.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but that makes sense though. I still enjoyed Tiptoes for the comedic aspect of like making people watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also
it's
the
funny.
arms in it.
But like the worst
got
thing
some
you
fun
can do
in
is show somebody a movie that is just terribly made and is not entertaining in any manner whatsoever.
I need
Like
to find my Neil Breen shirt.
I don't know. I just like movies.
Yeah. You do.
I do.
You know.
We should do a
Movies Part 2.
yeah. You want to do a movies? I feel like we should do one where we kind of tackle like a subset. I have the Criterion. Criterion released for their 1,000 Spine. They did a release of all of the Toho era Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
I feel like, not saying that specifically, but I feel like doing a deep dive on like a specific subset of movies like that would be a fun idea.
If you did Godzilla, I'd be there.
Would you? Do you want to watch it?
Let's watch all of them.
Oh,
Fuck it.
they're so good. Oh, they the Toho era ones have some incredible fucking weird, because they start off with like the first one ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they start progressively getting more and more like where you recognize they're like, wow, wrestling in Japan must have been getting really big, because this looks like they're just making fake wrestling.
What was
movies.
the Kaijimono?
Kaijimono, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
like,
Kota Ibushi, Minoru Suzuki's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy gets a serum that makes him grow into a large
Whoa.
Kota Ibushi, and then the super serum makes him turn into Minoru Suzuki. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a Batman versus Godzilla at one point.
really?
The screenplay is on the internet, but it was like Adam West Batman too. It was
I
a
kind
real
of
thing
like
that was gonna happen.
I mean, I'm not talking about minus zero Godzilla, but like the legendary Godzilla movies, the ones at the Legendary Studios, like the King Kong and stuff. I actually kind of I kind of like those. Not
The newer
like,
ones?
Yeah.
I like them too.
Not in the like they're incredible movies, but like I like to just go in the theater and just like shut my brain off.
They're fun.
It
Those
just
are
be
fun
like,
movies.
Yeah, it just be like
They're great. Hey, monkey fighting Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm like,
absolutely there.
I will
for
watch it every day.
Yes.
That I
They're
think
doing a
was
new
great.
one. There's a new one coming out sometime in the next year, I believe.
I think. Oh yeah, I've
A new
never seen
King
that.
Kong Godzilla movie.
I loved Kong versus Godzilla. I thought it was great.
It's just
I like the other Godzillas too.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that. I haven't seen any of the new ones.
They're pretty solid.
they're pretty. Shin Godzilla is the one that what's his name? How am I forgetting his name right now? He's one of my favorite. He did a lot of live action movies in Japan too, like Love and Pop and Ritual. But he was the guy from Neon Genesis Evangelion. But he did a live action Godzilla movie called Shin Godzilla, and it's incredible. The Godzilla in it is just like a creature that is in constant pain and wants to die, but its biology keeps moving it forward. It's fucking hilarious and it's amazing.
I met one of the Godzilla suit actors. I just forget which series he was in, but he was like 4'8". he was tiny. It was awesome. It was just him and his wife at a convention, and like. They were just hey, you can get in the picture too, because Justin, our friend, got it, and they said you get in. I was like, all right, I'll get in. They said do the kaiju claw, and they made us do it. It was awesome. I gotta find that picture.
Wonderful.
Great
I
time.
remember
Wonderful.
the name
Yeah.
of that guy.
And yeah, James Warren put out a comic called Ultra Mega that has some kaiju influence. I recommend that. That is my recommendation. So
My recommendation
you don't recommend
is
Littles-
Godzilla
you
vs.
don't recommend-
Ghidorah, which is a Toho era Godzilla movie in which Godzilla does a gravity-defying dropkick twice.
Oh yeah, you showed me that comic too. That drop kick reminded me of
Yeah.
that comic you showed me.
Ultra Mega, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like Ultraman kaiju influence.
My recommendation is the other sister.
The other sister,
The
other
Other
sister, kaiju version.
Have you
where-
seen the
man,
Shin?
that'd
Have
be
you seen the
great.
Shin Ultraman?
I
The same
don't
guy
know.
who
I
did
don't
Shin
think so.
Godzilla did an Ultraman movie.
I used to the only like Godzilla exposures really I had, they would come on like Shout Factory sometimes, and
Yeah.
I would just kind of like lazily watch them, maybe not even the whole thing. So like it's kind of like a big mess in my brain, the whole guy. Maybe one day I'll get through all of them. But anyways, Daniel, thanks for watching this 2-hour movie twice. Apparently, this is a dumb movie. I'm sorry that it didn't torture you more, but
we got to
You
do
can-
better next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pick the next movie if you want.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
do this
fuck it.
again.
There
I mean, I don't have to pick a bad movie. You want me to pick something that'll be more fun to discuss?
dude, we should. You know what? We should pick really good movies.
Yeah, you want me to pick a really good movie?
We'll just pick really good movies for each other. And we'll
Okay,
do that.
I'll pick
We'll do
a
that.
really
That'll
good
be-
movie. I'll think of one. I'll send it to you, and we can plan for the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that. I guess.
Should
at
I
some
pick
point.
something from the list we mentioned in our 3-hour episode, or should I get it off the list?
I don't know. Maybe about that. What's the one guy you like with Chungking Express? What if I watch Chungking Express?
Oh yes,
your favorite movie of all time.
My favorite movie of all time. Yeah. Absolutely.
And
I'll let you borrow it too.
Well, they just put a lot of his movies on Max.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So awesome. I have like a wall. I was gonna like sit down. And,
well, then
like,
I guess I can let Devin, unless he has Max too.
I also have Max.
Okay, cool. So
I'll watch it.
I have the Criterion collection of all those movies, so I'll just rewatch Chungking Express whenever.
And I'm scared to make you watch Bridge of Spies because
I love Bridge of Spies.
Oh yeah, you've seen that. That's
I've
right.
seen it.
Yeah.
My mom loves that movie.
I still
My
haven't
mom
watched it.
thinks that movie is great. She says Tom Hanks is so good in it.
He is, dude. You think he's fucking he just has a cold. He wants his guy for your guy, and then fucking he just wants to go home, dude.
I thought it was an entertaining. I mean, it's not my favorite movie of all time, but I think it's a pretty.
It's not my favorite movie of all time either.
But it's like a pretty entertaining, pretty well crafted movie.
It's great.
For a movie you've been talking about for like 2 years now, I can't believe I still haven't watched it.
It's Steven Spielberg's best movie since 1980.
Fair enough.
I had to think when his.
You were going to bring it on the van, but we couldn't get the DVD player to work right.
Oh, fuck. As a kid, I had a DVD player, but all I remember watching it.
You don't have one anymore?
Not like the mobile. It was like a dedicated mobile.
I thought you were
DVD.
telling you had one, but you don't have one anymore.
No,
like a portable one,
like one of the portable. That's what it was.
I had one of those.
But I remember the only thing my sister and I ended up watching on it was like The Princess Bride and like these Scooby Doo DVDs I had as a kid.
I watched
and then the Star Wars prequels.
I think Napoleon Dynamite might have got the most spins on my portable DVD player because me and my brother would always watch it like if we were going on a family trip or something.
Well, we got rid of it because my dad got a card that had the DVD player in the top.
Oh, yeah. We ended up with one of those at one point, too.
Which was the best thing he could have ever gotten for us.
Quality investment.
That was an absolute killer investment. My dad was absolutely right to have that.
Because that's good for everybody.
Yeah.
I had the same gimmick too, and for some reason I had a copy of Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor.
It was weird because because I didn't see this in the theater, but the first time I ever saw the first Spider-Man movie that the guy who did Evil Dead,
Sam
Raimi did, the Tobey Maguire trilogy, I didn't see it in theaters. I picked it up at the gas station while we were on a family trip, and I said, "Mom, can we get this?" So my sister and I ended up watching it like 3 times on a family road trip.
That's like one of the first movies I remember seeing in the theater, and I think I probably fell asleep because I was 4 years old. So
one of the first movies I remember seeing in the theater was the first Harry Potter movie.
Yeah,
and I remember being frightened because I was pretty young at that point when he kills the unicorn in the Dark Forest. I remember that terrifying me for some reason. Weird. Anyways,
so Daniel, so I guess next time you're on, we'll reward each other
with a good movie.
With
an incredible movie.
So, Daniel, go ahead with your fucking stuff where people could look at your pictures because you like doing that.
Yeah. Hey everybody, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is Poptimism. It's POPPTIMISM. I post just a lot of my own artistic work, and then I post band stuff. There'll be some Windley stuff that I shot from the last show up fairly soon. Other than that, you can just reach out to me there. If you want anything from me, like my social security number, just hit me up on Instagram. I'll give it to you. You can have my identity. It's absolutely worth nothing. So... yeah, just come follow me, chat to me. Love to talk to anybody about anything. So
he does.
I do. I will.
Daniel has more friends than I think anyone else I know.
That's so sweet, Devin.
Because you're a nice guy and you hang out with a lot of people. And I'm like, damn, how does I asked you one? How do you find the time to hang out with everybody and just
people
be everybody's
just invite
friend?
Me to stuff and I just go. I don't know. It's weird. People just end up inviting me to stuff. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? It'll be fun. It helps the fact that I'm willing to drive too.
Daniel will be your friend.
I will be your friend. Yes, just
friend for hire.
I will be a friend for hire.
Yeah.
But
and he'll take pictures of you.
Yes, I will take pictures of you too.
You and him having a good time.
Yeah, you want to go hiking? Absolutely. We can go to my family cabin. You can hang out with me there. We'll go all up and down the Blue Ridge Mountains. I promise you won't die.
It sounds like a good time, actually.
Yeah. Hey, you're invited. Devin.
Death or no death.
Death or no death. Hey,
that's a good place to die, I think. Yeah.
All right, so you like shows that go on in Myrtle Beach. There's a lot of shows that go on in Myrtle Beach, but some of those shows are Myrtle Beach shows booked by Myrtle Beach Shows.
At Myrtle Beach Shows.
At Myrtle Beach Shows. You got to follow at Myrtle Beach Shows to keep up with the shows that go on Myrtle Beach. Not every single show in Myrtle Beach, but, a good bit of them. Speaking of shows this wasn't a Myrtle Beach show, but it's a show in Myrtle Beach. Our buddy, Zach...
Former Winley Maniac guest.
He was on the show like a long time ago, but his band Scared of Pretense is playing their first show at Gator Tales this Friday, February 2nd. It's $10 at the door. The doors are at 7. The show's at 8 at Gator Tales, 637 Broadway Street. And
Down the road from Fresh.
Yeah, Scared of Pretense. They're going to be playing with Metanoia. They're playing with 2 other bands, but Scared of Pretense is new local band, so you should go out and support that if you have the time. And then the next day, of course, let me pick up this flyer. The next day, February 3rd, at Arcadia Studios, of course, 601 Seaboard Street. They've got Scrape, Corrupt Faith, One Last Hoorah, and Los Hoyos Muertos, which means
the
dead
eyes of
eyes.
death.
The dead eyes. Eyes of the dead?
Eyes of the dead, dead eyes.
Yeah.
Sounds close to that.
Yeah. So again, Arcadia Studios, $10, 7 p.m. door. And then, hold on a second, I got some more shows. Hang on.
there are more
Corrupt
shows.
Faith, for those who know, is Circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw them play at the skate shop, and it's just as intense as it ever was.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got another show February 23rd at Arcadia Studios. It's the For the Freaks people from like Florence, Columbia area, right?
The Bathsheba people, essentially.
Yes. So Newgrounds Death Rugby, they're going to be playing again. If you missed last night, you can have another chance. Gow, which is like the
2 people from Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And B. Fraser, if y'all remember them.
143 DCSPV.
Darlington Chainsaw Power Violence.
Yeah, Darlington Chainsaw Power Violence.
I imagine that's the PV. I just know that's Darlington Chainsaw.
Future Coffins, B2B.
Business to business?
Sure. Butt to butt.
Butt to butt.
Gray Skull and Homicide.
Very stacked lineup.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
stuff.
not a band. They're
on.
just going to commit
Well,
homicide.
it's a big old bash.
It's a big old bash. It's Ethan's birthday bash.
Yeah,
Part
there
1.
he is in the middle of the fucking flyer.
Happy birthday.
Look at that.
Happy birthday, Ian. Ethan.
So Friday, February 23rd at Arcadia Studios, doors, 7:30, music 8. And then all the way in March 9th, a Saturday, also at Arcadia Studios. Jeez Louise. All right, so it's our buddy Ryan, Fragile Life Records. This is a show he put together right here. We got Grimjaw, the death metal band from here, Coffin Slide, Denounced, Disgraced, and man, I don't. Rules. Thank you. I don't know this last band. I'm really sorry.
Oh, let me see.
Crust. You see this? Hold on. Crypt. Okay. All right. So, Saturday, March 9th at Arcadia Studios. That's it. So, fucking, that's it.
Get to a gig.
Yeah.
Go to a
help
gig.
me.
You'll probably see one of the three of us there.
Yeah.
I'll probably run door at 1 or 2 of those.
I'll be at probably most of the Arcadia shows.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
We'll be there chilling. We'll probably have
BYOB.
Yeah, we'll probably have our own Rockies come up and say,
Bring
hey.
your own butt.
Dude, I make money off those Rockies there sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes
It's
you
awesome.
do.
I've had people text me when they're at Arcadia, like, hey, man, are you bringing beer? And I'm like, well, I'm
For
not
me,
coming. I'm either not coming or, yeah, I'm bringing beer.
Yeah, there's only two options.
2
I won't be
options.
there or I'll have beer.
If I'm there, I have beer. But if I'm not coming, then no.
You should sell hot dogs.
Yeah, just
I
come to
should.
the Arcadia shows.
I should sell
drink a couple-
everything. Like, just I
Yeah,
should
true.
I
You
should
should
set
show
up a
up.
booth there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show up to the Arcadia shows, have a couple beers with us, go to the Waffle House afterwards. I mean, what more can you want?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so follow at Windley_band for all the fucking Windley shit. Listen to the EP, listen to the podcast, and listen to your heart and follow your dreams. So
Yeah.
all right. Goodbye.